Professor, there's a big lizard back there and he's heading this way. Now get aboard!
Get Spears! Get Spears!
Hi, and welcome to Australian Daybill Poster's Linen Backing channel. Today, we're going to linen back 1969 Valley of the Gwangi. This poster was just sitting in a pile of posters, so we thought if we could save it. The poster was brown from acid buildup, blue tack, and some staining. We'll give it a wash, buffer deacidification, and lots of rinsing. Stick around and see the outcome of this dinosaur adventure. The Valley of Gwangi is a 1969 American fantasy western film produced by Charles H. Schneer and Ray Harryhausen, directed by Jim O'Connelly, written by William Bast, and starring James Franciscus, Richard Carlson, and Gila Golan. Relaxing paper. We soak the paper with distilled filtered water to relax the paper fibers. Water helps with expanding of the paper. Detergent is used to not only help the poster relax the paper, but it will also remove any impurities within the paper fibers, like natural dirt and oils. This will help to remove from many years of handling and storage. Brushing. Now we apply a soft, bristled brush. This helps with the removal of dirt, oils, and some staining. Also, never apply too much pressure, as this could damage the poster's fibers. You're going to see acid, dirt, and some oils once we squeegee out the contamination. We call this acid tea. Did you see it? Harryhausen originally planned to have used a real elephant in some of the scenes for the fight with Gwangi. This did not work out because he wanted to have used a 15-foot, 5-meter, tall elephant. The world's biggest elephant was 2 feet shorter than this. So, the live 8-foot, 2-meter, elephant was only used in the beginning when a woman is seen briefly riding on its back. For some of the elephant fight scenes, Harryhausen used the animation table as the bullring floor. Creature stop-motion effects were by Harryhausen, the last dinosaur-themed film that he animated. He had inherited the film project from his mentor Willis O'Brien, responsible for the effects in the original King Kong 1933. We apply a buffering agent on both sides of the poster, before and after deacidification. Always thoroughly rinse after each application, like detergent, buffer, and bleaching. We use distilled filtered water for this process. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like our content, if you would like to see more. O'Brien had planned to make the Valley of Gwangi decades earlier, but died in 1962 before it could be realized. Producer Charles Shear called it probably the least of the movies Ray and I made together. Bleaching the poster will remove the acid discoloration. This will also lighten the poster color, making the pigmentation of the poster appear brighter and cleaner. A thorough rinse will be needed to remove any bleach. If bleach isn't removed, then the bleach left in the paper will contribute to the aging process. All bleach must be removed. Always thoroughly rinse after each application, like detergent, buffer, and bleaching. We use distilled filtered water for this process. The Valley of Gwangi was the last dinosaur-themed film that Harryhausen animated, and he made much use of his experience in depicting extinct animals from his earlier films. Close to a year was spent on the special effects. There were more than 300 Dynamation cuts in the film, a record number for Harryhausen, with the roping of Gwangi being the most labor-intensive animated sequence. It was achieved by having the actors hold on to ropes tied to a monster stick that was in the back of a Jeep. The Jeep and stick, when filmed with Gwangi, are on a back rear projection plate and hidden by his body, and the portions of rope attached to his body are painted wires that are matched with the real ropes. We have to apply several applications of bleach to remove the stain and acid buildup. Will this damage the poster? Not if a thorough rinse is conducted. Always thoroughly rinse after each application, like detergent, buffer, and bleaching. We use distilled filtered water for this process. Another application of buffer is applied to neutralize the bleach. This needs to be completed before we can linen back. All bleaching agent needs to be removed and lots of rinsing. The first animated sequence in the film is a diving act done by TJ and her horse. Because it was decided that it was too risky to have a rider and horse jump off a 40-foot, 12-meter, high platform into a tank of water, a model horse and rider were used. After tempting Gila Golan's horse to jump from a mock-up platform onto a trampoline, the film cut to an animated model suspended on wires. Actually, it was just a tiny toy horse and rider bought in a toy store. The splash was real, triggered by an electric charge inside the tank. Some before and afters. Wheat paste and a buffer is applied for adhesive. The buffer helps to prevent acid recurring. An acid-free, fully reversible adhesive is administered. The scene where Gwangi pounces on the ornithomimus has been copied many times in dinosaur films, primarily in Jurassic Park, when the Tyrannosaurus pounces on the Gallimimus. Now time to roll and squeegee out any excess air pockets. And flatten the poster to canvas. We don't want any excess wheat paste or air left in and on the poster. Some of the models used in the film were reused model armatures from earlier films. Gwangi, the ornithomimus, and the Styracosaurus were all made from the Ceratosaurus, the Forus racos, and the Triceratops, who were stripped down and had their armatures modified for further use. The actual model of Gwangi was about 14 inches, 36 centimeters, high, and the ornithomimus was about 5 inches, 13 centimeters, high. Thank you for checking out our channel. I'm Ava and the linen backer is Robbie. Come and check out our other videos, like, share, comment, and subscribe.